Hello captains and welcome to this Explain 10 video. I welcome you aboard this Jetstar 770 flight from Sydney to Adelaide in Australia. We're going to be flying and maintaining flight level 350 today, and our approximate flight time is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the flight deck and get the aircraft prepared for takeoff. Okay, so let's begin with the cockpit preparation. Batteries on. Fuel pumps on. Let's adjust the temperature here. Okay, that's good enough, and let's go ahead and start the APU. I am, by the way, using the custom sound set. I purchased the custom sound set. I think someone has asked me to do a video using this sound set, so there you go. Okay, APU is starting now. Okay, APU is now available. Right, adhere, switch to nav mode. This goes to STS. This goes to position 1, and now we are ready to program the FMC. Alright, so first initialization. We are flying today from Yankee, Sierra, Sierra, Yankee to Yankee, Papa, Alpha, Delta. Okay, good stuff. Our flight number today is Jetstar 770. Cost index for our flight today is 85, and we're going to be flying at a final altitude today of 350. Let's align. Zero fuel, block fuel, all is good. And now we can move to performance data. In fact, before we do that, let's go ahead and put in our flight plan. So we are departing today runway 16 right through the Dina 5 departure. Insert. And we're arriving into Adelaide RNAV and through the Flag 6, let me check, Bravo, yes, Flag 6 Bravo. And let's insert that. Right, let's check our plan for any discos. Looks okay. Everything looks fine in terms of the plan. Looks clear. Let's go ahead and just do one thing and check how the plan looks. Okay, so this is where we're departing here. Let's cycle through. That's fine. Top of climb, top of descent. Okay, that looks perfect. It's a nice entry, and it looks like we're going to do perhaps a visual approach. This is not an ILS approach, so. But it's a nice entry into Adelaide, and this is going to probably bring us into the into the ocean into Adelaide. So I think it's going to be a nice approach into Adelaide. Okay, so our plan looks good. Everything looks okay here in terms of our flight path. Okay, so let's go ahead and update this. No update found. We're waiting for the alignment. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our performance data. V1, V2, VR V2, 156, transition altitude is 5,000. Let's update that. And flex temperature today, we're going to do flap 2. Okay, and the flex temperature is F50, which is my favorite number always. Alright, so that's our performance data there. Everything looks fine. Okay, let me see if I'm not sure why this is not being updated. Check the flight plan again. Everything looks okay here. Alright, so let's go ahead and set our altitude today is 35,000 feet. Alright, so that's done. And I'm not sure why I'm not getting the data here, but there's always another way to do things. So let's check the altimeter in Sydney. It's 1017, which is already set. Alright. And there is a bit of wind here, 10 knots at 210 degrees. But that should be okay. It's a bit of it's mild winds, but we should be okay. All right. And what else is there we need to do? Okay, start the radio. Okay, let's go ahead and check on our ground services. Make sure that everything is done. Okay, so it looks like all the baggage has been loaded. Let's go ahead and dismiss ground services now. And let's close the doors. Okay, the van, passenger bus are basically moving into their position. Alright, so let's go ahead and...
Park brake off. Park brake on.
Okay, and now let's bring the signs on and beacon on. What else do we need? Everything here looks fine. Let's bring the cockpit lights. That's good enough. Okay, so we are good now, and we can start basically the pushback and the engine start.
Before start checklist. Cockpit preparation completed. Gear pins and covers removed. Signs on. ADIRS. Nav mode. Fuel quantity. Kilo 07963. Takeoff data set. Baro reference set. Windows, doors closed. Beacon on. Throttle levers idle. Parking brake on. Checklist completed.
Okay, so our before start checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and begin the push and engine start. The APU lead. And let's start engine number 2.
Starting engine 2.
Gotta wait for engine 2 to stabilize. Okay, that's good enough, I think. Right, and we can dismiss the... Alright, so engine 2's been stabilized, so let's start.
Starting engine 1.
Engine 1. Okay, and engine 2 is now also stabilized. Let's on the spoilers.
Spoilers half. Spoilers retracted. Spoilers arm.
And let's set flaps 2.
Flaps 1. Flaps 2.
Alright, and let's turn on nav and logo. Taxi lights are on. Alright, let's go for the after start checklist.
After start checklist. Anti-ice as required. ECAM status checked. Pitch trim 0.1 up. Rudder trim 0. APU set on. Ground crew clear. Anti-skid and nose wheel steering on. Checklist completed.
Okay, and the after start checklist is complete. Let's check the flight controls.
Flight control check. Full up. Check. Full down. Check. Neutral. Check. Full left. Check. Full right. Check. Neutral. Check. Press pedals disconnect push button. Check. Pedal full left. Check. Pedal full right. Check. Neutral. Check. Press pedals disconnect push button. Check. Checklist completed.
Okay, so flight controls are checked, and now we can taxi to the runway in preparation for departure.
Park brake off.
Parking brake released. Okay, folks, so we are at runway 16 right, and we are ready for departure. Let's make the final. We need to turn off the APU. APU bleed can go off. Let me turn on the lights here. It's a bit. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Everything. Let's turn off the taxi light. Go to takeoff, and landing lights are on, packs are off, and everything looks good. Let's go ahead and call for the before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flight controls, checked. Flight instruments, checked. Briefing, confirmed. Flap settings config. Flaps 2, V1, 139. V rotate, 144. V2, 156. Flex temperature, 50. ATC, set. ECAM memo, no blue. Checklist down to the line, completed. If you're ready to continue below the line, click it again. Cabin crew, advised. Engine mode selector. It is not okay, sir. It is not. Set normal as wear required. Set normal as wear required. Packs, set off. Course of APU bleed. Checklist below the line completed.
Okay, and we are good for departure now. So let's release
Park
parking
brake on. Park brake off.
Alright, and let's get lined up with the runway here. And now let's do full power.
.100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive climb. Gear up.
Okay, climb thrust. And let's do
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
And let's go ahead and engage the autopilot.
Autopilot 1, cross-check. Spoilers disarmed.
Okay, let's turn on the packs. Now let's call for the after start checklist. Did we pass? We passed 5,000, so
Standard Barrow cross-check. Passing
Barrow
flight level
reference.
052.
Right, and let us call for the after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear up. Flaps retracted. Packs on. Checklist down to the line completed. If you're ready to continue below the line, click it again. Barrow reference. Standard Barrow set. Checklist below the line completed.
Welcome back, folks. We are at flight level 350, which is our final cruising altitude for this flight today. So until we are close to top of descent, please enjoy the flight, relax, have a cup of coffee, and I will see you soon. Welcome back, folks. we are close to top of descent, so let's go ahead and get things ready for our descent. Let's go ahead and check the FMC and see our final restriction. We need to be at 1,500 feet, actually, so the final altitude before our landing should be 1,500 according to the charts. So let's go ahead and change that to 1,500. Alright, good stuff. And then we need to basically put in some information here. I was able to get this fixed. I'm not sure what the problem was, and I have another thing here, which I'm not sure why I have, but okay, so our approach, let's see here, the altimeter is 1006, so let's go into our performance page and go to our approach and put the QNH, which is 1006. Wind is actually it's going to be a very light wind there. 3 knots, 280 degrees, so 280 and 3 knots is the wind speed, so that's fine. Transition altitude is fine. Okay, VF is 142, so everything looks good at the moment, and we're going to continue our cruise until we reach the top of the descent, which is right here, right there. That's our top of descent. So as soon as we hit that, we will basically begin our descent into Adelaide. Okay, so we are 1 nautical mile from basically from the top of descent, so let's go ahead and begin our descent. Let's set the vertical speed to 1,000 feet per minute. And now we started our descent. Let's go ahead and so everything looks good at the moment. We need to be careful about our speed. Okay, so we've begun our descent now.
As we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened and all carry.
Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically reduce our speed to 250 knots. We're doing an RNAV approach into Adelaide today. Okay, folks. So we are very close to the airport now, and we need to basically watch out our speed and altitude. So let's go ahead and just look at things here. Is fine. We'll continue to descend. I've increased the descent rate to 1,500 feet per minute so that we can descend a little bit faster, and I've extended the air brakes to help us reduce speed, as we need to be at 1,500 feet before this is the final restriction according to the charts. So everything looks okay at the moment, and we continue our descent steadily, and we we need to set our QNH at 5,000 feet, which is the transition altitude. So let me just, okay, 1006, okay. Landing lights can go on. And everything else is fine. Okay, so we've reached our transition altitude. Let's go ahead and set our altimeter, oops, to 1006. So that's our altimeter is set. And now let's go ahead and extend flaps 1.
Speed check, flaps 1.
And let's reduce speed to 185 knots. That's the airport right there. Okay, as you can see, we are approaching the runway now. We're getting pretty close, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce speed to 170. And now we're reaching our final altitude of 1,500 feet.
Please make sure one last time your seatbelt is securely fastened. The flight attendants are currently passing around the cabin to make a final compliance check and pick up any remaining cuffs and glasses. Thank you.
Okay, so let's reduce speed to our approach speed, which is 141.
Speed check, flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
1,000.
And let's go ahead and disengage the autopilot at this point. And now it's my plane. Gear down.
Speed check, flaps full. Gear down.
$500
100 above.
minimum. $300 $200 $100 $50 $40 $20 retard
Spoilers full. Reverse green.
Yes, that was a pretty bad landing. Pretty hard landing. We came in too fast. Okay, so welcome to Adelaide. And let's go ahead and take a look at the landing.
For your safety and comfort, we ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Alright, let's stop here.
Park brake on.
And let's
20. Retard. Retard.
Okay folks, I hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Our landing was a terrible landing, it was a very hard landing, but nonetheless we have landed safely. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. See you next time.